Good evening, my dudes. Welcome to another episode of Jay's Friday Night Gundam Bazaar, in which I do weird stuff to Harlows and people appreciate it. But good night. I hope everybody's having a great day. Had a great day. Will have a great day. Depends on where you are in the country, state, world, universe, multiverse. It don't matter much. I just hope you're having a good time. And I'm glad you guys get to join me tonight where I work on a bunch. Well, one cool little Haro that I am going to be repurposing because I no longer fancy this paint job. We're gonna give it a little upgrade with my little glue gun end. As long as I speak aqua. So yeah, we're gonna be working on tonight. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be doing with this. This is very random and sporadic. But this is really hot. I got this from Michael's. It was like $2. It does the job really well. Better than most hot glue guns. I don't know if I want to go for a drip today. I really don't think I do. I kind of want to do like this bulbous kind of shape to it. I don't feel like I do enough bulbous shapes. Watch the spiky boys, but no bulbous shapes. The lovely background music is Bardcore covers, which they're absolutely amazing. I love them so much. This is Milkshake. Now looking at it now, I think I'm gonna zoom in a little more. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Oh, if that's better. But yeah, I'm thinking a little like bulbous little dots. I would use the Mod Podge for this, but I really don't want to wait for that drying time and risk the running. Cause it takes a good solid minutes for the dots to firm up before we run with the Mod Podge. I'm not very fond of. And on a good note, I have not burned myself once with a hot glue gun this evening. So I think a new record because this has been heating up for like maybe 20-25 minutes now. Not a single burn. But I did accidentally super glue my fingers together the other day and like ripped a little bit of skin. It's unfortunate, but I am severely accident prone. I'm showing you this. Hey, Bard Cordison. Yeah, I really think I missed what I was trying to go for. I don't know how you guys can see it. I think we'll be better once they start drying a little more like this guy and cooling down. I think that'll be a pretty cool texture. I might hydro dip this after. Or I might just hit it with the rattle cans. Not entirely sure yet. Or maybe I should prime this. Do some turbo dork on it. So many options. So few Haros. I don't have a lot more of the older Haros that I want to cycle through. I kind of went through the pile of what I don't really like anymore and just kind of upcycled it. Turning it into even like funkier stuff. But I am sort of digging these little bulbs. They're cool. Howdy, try this 56. What? Hey, yo, what cooking up in the lab tonight? Surprise. Haru. Haru. Haku. Trying to get these little, like, bulb textures to it. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Some of them are starting to cool down, so they're not as translucent. But that's kind of what I kind of want to go for, tonight. Upcycling old Harus. I know. I don't know if I want to hydro dip this yet. I don't know if I want to hydro dip it or just spray it. Yeah, bad case of Haku acne. And I'm just saying, try this. I haven't even burnt myself once with this thing. It's a miracle. I have many scars on my hand from Haku guns. We have a complicated relationship. Howdy, Michael Dawson. Thanks for joining tonight. What is up, my dude? How is the Delta and your brother and my new job going? We're working on this guy. Upcycling some old Haros because I don't like the paint jobs anymore. And turning them into something a little abstract, a little radical. We're making it funky. Oh yeah. We really don't show up pretty well, but I have a nasty scar on this finger from just accidentally bumping into one for like a second. We were I was at one of my art programs and we were building small little idea houses for us, modern style houses. And like we had like super like industrial Haku guns. They were fucking terrible. I had so many burns on my hand that year. Julio A. Ponte, aka the guy that don't know the log's thermodynamics, said, "What's up, stupid?" Michael says, "I start my new job tomorrow." Oh, snazzy. Are you working weekends? Cool. Taffy says, "Yo, what is up, my dudes? What is everyone working on tonight?" We're doing Harless. Big old surprise there. And we're listening to some Bardcore. What's tonight? Oh, Purple Pills. I'm not a really big fan. There we go. It is now No Diggity. But yeah. I am working on unwinding after a long week. I feel you there, Ty. It's been one hell of a week for education. I swear, these sixth graders coming in, they're something different. And like I feel bad because it's not really their fault for missing the developmental period between 4th grade and 5th grade. But oof. Oof. And plus we're getting fucking hit with that TikTok trend, the devious look trend. Oh my god. I don't get it. Why would you film yourself doing something illegal? Do they not teach kids about laws anymore? Julio A. Ponte says, I thought I was finished masking. I was wrong. Wait, I thought you finished masking the 5-star stories. What part did you miss? You know, this is. I don't want to say parents should monitor everything their kids do, because helicopter parenting isn't good either. But damn, you're 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-year old, even 14, I would argue, should not have social media. That shit is so detrimental to fucking behavior nowadays. Like, I can't tell you how many kids try and do the stupid fucking trends going on and they end up getting themselves hurt and into trouble. And then you're just like, no shit, Sherlock. What did you think was gonna. It just. Some of these kids need an inner city principal or whatnot. Um, Inside of the shoulders. Ooh, oof. Get masking, bud. I mean, it's a little hypocritical of me because I had a fucking Snapchat when I was in like freshman year and stuff and all that. But I can see why my teacher were like how they were most of the time. I really can't blame them nowadays. Sometimes I just want to apologize for being a little shit. Julio, how's the puppy? How's Spunky? Oh, God, I keep on hitting that tonight. Oh, thanks, bud. Yeah, it really is a mixed bag. I really think there need to be better age restrictions on social media. I just want to give these a little time to kind of thicken up before I move on to the next ones. And just layer them as we go. Get a nice little cool blob look to it. While we wait, and I put this here. I'll show you guys what else I've been working on tonight. Some British man had the audacity last night to tell me I need to work on my stuff. Fluffy peps. So I just kind of started doing some little rough sketches here. I have not painted a dragon in a very long time. It was interesting to say the least. But it came out better than expected. Can't be too mad there. Thanks, bud. I'm glad you dig it. Oh, what else did I do this week? Not a whole lot. Really didn't have the time or the energy to do much. Hobby-wise, at least. I'm gonna go watch Midnight Mass. Check it out when you go. Yeah. Alright, bud. Have a good one. I don't know what Midnight Mass is, but I'm gonna get chilling tonight. I don't have anything too exciting. A little bit of cool art news, I guess. There's this wealthy New York real estate couple that are like getting a divorce. And I guess the judge got fucking tired of hearing the squabbling about the art collection and like making them sell it and split the profits. And some of these items include William de Kooning's number 7 and one of Picasso's original very few sculptures, amongst a few other things, valued worth over $800 million. And they Sotheby's doing the auction. Act is fucking bonkers. It considered one of the best private collections, almost museum quality, which is wild to me. Yeah, you gotta go down to New York. Yeah. I mean, I just need $800 million so I can buy a Picasso and a de Kooning number 7, because that's one of my favorites of his. And then there is a Frida Kahlo self-portrait. You could call it Her and Diego, or Diego and I. And it going on sale right, well, it's gonna be up for auction right in a few months by Sotheby's as well for $30 million, which it baffles me that a Frida is only worth $30 million, but hey, it would make that the highest grossing painting by a female artist of all time. Fucking bonkers, I tell you. I love Frida work. I do too. I ended up a while back just going out and like getting a copy of her journal. And it's a very pretty book, minus some of the dent and dings. I love the little dyed inside. It gives you a nice little introduction in the beginning by Carlos Fontes. I do believe he's an art historian. But just to give you a quick flip through, it gives you translations of her diary entries, and then the full illustration. So you get to see some really raw Frida, Fritos, been a day, Frida in the work. Some of them are really fucking wild. And I think this was post-accident For those of you who don't know, Frida got into a really bad accident by a train car, to where I think one of the metal pipes went through one hip, through her uterus, and out one of her butt cheeks. But this is just raw emotion and cultural paintings. And of course, self-identity, because Frida really questioned gender roles and just femininity and masculinity. It's a very interesting read if you want to get an insight. I just really love this copper on black. I don't know how she would feel about having her journal put out in the public, but it'd be like that sometimes. I ended up getting a book on de Kooning that I have to start reading soon. And a book put out by one of Picasso's ex-wives, which I guess kind of drags him through the dirt, and I'm all for it. For those of you who don't know, Picasso was a massive dick, to say the least. He refused to divorce his first wife because if he divorced her, he would have to pay her alimony from all of his paintings. And he didn't want to do that. So he just kind of ran out. And they were married. He died still being married to her, despite having more than a handful. Man had a damn catalog of mistresses and kids with two other women. Wait, two? Yeah, two other women, I believe. On top of his son with his first wife. Get stars. National Geographic. They did a show called Picasso. It's called Geniuses. The first season is about Einstein, and the second one is about Picasso. It's an interesting watch. It really doesn't try and sympathize Picasso. It still makes you aware that he is very much a big dick. But you get a better insight to why he kind of was the way he was. Starting from his childhood and losing his sister to Spanish flu, I do believe. And him getting painting lessons and becoming a little child prodigy. All the way to him stealing his art collection back from the Nazis. I mean, I like his work. I just think it gets some accredited because it's really just defining the genre at the moment. Of the time he was. Because he really paved the way for modern abstract artists. Especially with the start of Cubism and all that. Fun fact, he was a huge Frida Kahlo fan. Absolutely hated post-war abstractism by the Americans, or artists in America like de Kooning or Pollock. He could not stand what Pollock was doing. He hated modern abstract art because he thought it lost the touch of what art is. Except for Frida. He read Frida for some reason. Rated. Chuck Warnica. My favorite, honestly, of his art has to be from his Brew period. which I guess the dude had depression. Like, understandable. You get addicted to back in the days version of crack, and then you gotta get off of it, and it's just oof. But yet again, I don't blame anyone else but him for some of his issues back then. Man like a slut. Massive slut. I grew up looking at the always show of a different perspective. Actually, I really didn't get. My parents weren't fond of abstract art, so we really didn't go anywhere but had it. We went to normal art museums, but nothing too weird out there. I wanna say, how did I don't exactly remember how I discovered abstract art. It always felt like it just been there. I think it was actually with the Frida Kahlo extra credit thing I did. Um, yeah, I think that was it. Cause my art teachers, they were very, this is how it's done, nature painting. You learn how to paint people, no black lines, abstract art isn't really art sort of thing. Which kind of made me hate art for a bit, because I don't like doing super realistic. It's never been a forte of mine. Um, my dad raised me on Kandinsky. Have you heard of him? No, but it's like a perfect time for Google, my dude. I might have. I just might not know the name. I tend to forget names. Can. Oh, that's a funky. I know him. I know him now. Look in the Guggenheimer Museum. This again, I got a Pantone color book. Not like the color swatches, because Lord knows nobody can afford that. But just like history and like what inspired a lot of the Pantone colors. He is in there. I knew that name sounded vaguely familiar. I'm bad at names. But do you like what I say? Just give me another artist to look into. I'm trying to finish a book on fashion history before going to reading anything else. See, what's that book about? So what I've read out of that book so far is in like the 1820s, 1815, there's a man with such a ridiculous top hat that he caused a riot. Man got arrested for inciting a riot because his top hat was too much. Imagine that. Like, sorry, sir, your hat caused several women to faint, several children to scream, a couple dogs, a small stampede. Granted, I question how much of that actually happened. It's still a vaguely amusing story. Imagine coming home from work. Why are you late from work? I got arrested. My top hat was too much for the people to handle. Fucking bonkers. The scandal, right? Like, I wasn't aware, like, how much fashion was policed throughout the day. Right, Ty? You know, a lot of people talk shit about snowflakes, but then I hear shit like, right? I don't like people like we were taught back in our days, and then like every movie you see from like the 1950s, it's women fainting over the smallest of things, and men getting irrational and hitting people. All like, and then you find out like they had a fucking riot because of a top hat, and like you couldn't wear certain colors after certain days of the year. It's fucking bonkers. Like, I want to know what England was doing. Cause like we knew they were colonizing, but did it really take up? It really didn't take up that much time if they're policing how people were dressed. It's weird, Ty. Oh yeah. And then at some point, women had to stop wearing the veils like nuns do because men found it to be too attractive and gave them perverse thoughts about nuns. I just remember reading that on the way to work, and I'm just like, what? Because I've seen plenty of nuns in my day, and I would have never have like thought of a nun in any way or form like that. They're all a bunch of fucking old ladies. I don't get it. It's weird. People are weird. Imagine going to Sunday school with an old ass nun and being like, that veil is really doing it for me today. I don't get it. These kids today in their hats, total moral break. Like, and I always find it funny because, like, people are so heavy to police fashion and like what teens wore, especially like the high school I went to. But then like in every like 90s and 80s movies and like magazines and pictures, all of these kids are wearing clothes that would get your ass sent home nowadays. My old manager at the farm used to pride herself in the fact that her and a few of her friends were the reason why my high school had a dress code. I like reading about stupid laws that still exist but aren't enforced anymore. All those laws were put in place because some lawmaker didn't like them. What? Like that one I read how it's illegal to walk backward and eat a donut in Ohio. Who the fuck get pissed off at a dude walking backwards? Petty law enforcement. Real petty law enforcement. It's all I can think of. I'm trying to remember something stupid about New Hampshire. I don't have any really dumb New Hampshire laws on the top of my head. I know in most of Massachusetts it's illegal to say something wrong about the Patriots. I know football season's gearing up, and that's all like being talked about at work, like the Patriots and what their season is gonna look like. And I said I wasn't a Patriot fan, and you guys should have seen the look that I got. I didn't mention that I also thought Tom Brady was overrated. I feel like that would have gotten me fired. Because in all honesty, Tom Brady is overrated. Even if not illegal, the vigilantes will fight. Like, I feel like just topping it off, I'm not even like a Red Sox fan. Like, I don't like the Patriots. I don't like the Red Sox. Yankees fans. We're Michigan Yankee household. I like the Bruins. Not as much as I like the Flyers, but I like the Bruins. If the Celtics would have a good season, I would be a fan. It was a very interesting time period living in Boston. And the whole beat the heat commodity and chaos. Is too many people got too damn hyped over this shit. I really just don't get it. Sport fans are just weebs. But instead of anime, sports. Just bored weebs. I mean, think about it. You go to a game, you're already dressed up in minor cosplay. I'm not wrong. I can watch football when I'm at a bar, otherwise not so much. I mean, I don't really watch football too much. I watch the Super Bowl, that's about it. I'm more inclined to throw on a basketball game than anything. But mainly college level. Other than that, I don't watch a whole lot of sports. I do like when the Olympics come around. I like watching the gymnastics. And I feel so very bad for Simone Biles this year. And the amount of shit people have given that poor girl. I watched her fucking testimony against her coach. And she got done and the judge just looked at her and like that it. I'm just like, what the fuck? FBI cover up for years. And all you can really say is that it? Fucking stupid, I tell you. And I think it was good for her to take a break. And I will die on that hill. I don't care what people say about her going to the Met Gala afterwards. She deserves to have a good time, especially with the amount of shit she... I'm sorry. She's carried the Olympic team. And I'll say that. She's carried that team. Nobody else is doing it like her. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion, but I used to do gymnastics like a kid. I kind of wish I didn't stop doing it. Body shape for gymnastics. Oh. I don't know if you guys could notice. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is acting up on your end. That was weird. Admittedly, I haven't followed the story. Yeah, she needed to take a break halfway through Olympics, and she just like, I can't do this right now. And then she took a short little thing, and then she went back on and didn't perform the greatest. But yet again, with what she'd been through, I can't blame her. Yeah, there was a cut. I think my Wi-Fi's going shady. I don't know anymore. Yeah, cause I guess they found out like the FBI was aware of the abuse going on, and they covered it up. So now there's a huge federal investigation going on, and fucking people are getting fired. Granted, they shouldn't be fired, they should be charged, but that's another opinion of mine. The amount of stress that those young Olympian gophers are making. Yeah, especially because she was like, what, 16? Was she 16 at her first Olympics? She was young. This stream was brought to you by Google. Shondale's first Olympic age. Yeah, she was fucking 20. She started doing it, she started doing it professionally at 14. That's fucking bonkers. She's the female gymnast with the most world all-around titles. She's the sixth woman to win an all-individual all-around title at both World Championship and the Olympics, and the first gymnastic since Wiwa Pado Kapapia to hold both titles simultaneously. Fucking hell. Girl needs a damn break. And I really hate saying this, but the Olympics really don't hold as much meaning as they used to. I feel like 20 years ago, the Olympics were far more hyped than what they are nowadays. It's dwindling. I tried watching the fucking skateboarder ones. It was terrible. This is why there should not be a drug screening on skateboarder, because you would have gotten some amazing people if you weren't screening for weed. Let the stoners compete. Because if they can do it stoned, I don't see a problem. No one cares as long as the US gets gold medal. Basically, I mean, yeah, we'll cover up a child abuse scandal. And what I want to say, I don't know how many girls it's fucking crazy. The Brazil Olympics, yeah. I what made me chuckle the most about this Olympics is the beds. You know, the one where they can't do the do on top of. And then you see like a group of hockey players just stand on the bed and jump up and down to prove you can. Thing that I never understood about professional sports, you've got people say sports are supposed to be health, but pros in a lot of sports I think that because a lot of them just push themselves too much. I was never a sports kid. I didn't do a lot of sports. That would be my brother's. But I know my brother just got so into it that one year my brother fucking screwed up his ankle. And he was in a cast for a while. And like 3 weeks before he was supposed to get out of his cast, lacrosse practice opened up. He was a lacrosse captain for like 3 fucking years. And he tried fucking going out there and playing and running and doing all this stuff. And I just looked at him and I'm like, are you just trying to fucking screw up your ankle? Well, I have to practice. But it's just like, you've injured your body. Please give it a break. He did not. But I don't get it. I take it in the same grain, but it goes with like education too. I was a very high up student, straight A's, straight nothing, but I didn't take a break, and that was really fucking terrible for my mental health. People just need to start taking breaks. I don't see the need for people to push themselves to the limit a lot of times. And I guess people are like, it's the grind culture. I get it. You want to grind, people want to make that money, but what's your mental health like? What's your physical health like? How much sleep do you get in a night? I just don't get it, Ty. It's one of my many rants of the night. I do like how these docs are turning out, though. I think for certain people are just wired for that. I get it. I mean, I have gone too many nights where I'll stay up until like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning just studying. And like, junior year, I was taking fucking 7 honors courses, which was my whole schedule, that were prepping me to move me over to AP courses at the end of the term. Because at my school, you did one term of honors class, and then if you're good enough, you get bumped up to an AP course. And I'm glad I didn't. I mean, 7 AP classes are like what? College level courses. I mentally would not have been able to handle it. And I found that out fucking senior year. How much fucking stress having 1,000,001 classes were just doing to me. Because I moved to a different high school and they're like, you have free periods. You don't need to be in here. Cause I had filled up on my credits and they're like, we have no classes for you to take. You have study halls. You can stay here or you can go home. So I would only show up to school 3.5 hours a day. And that was a very much needed mental break. Because I just learned that fucking school is a bitch and I did not enjoy it. I also got hit with senioritis pretty fucking hard. But high school did not prepare me for college. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. High school did not prepare you for college. They're like, yeah, you should know what you want to do in your life. Final year of high school. I didn't fucking know. So I went into science like an idiot. Because my guidance counselor looked at me and was like, you got good grades in science. Why don't you just go into a bio major? And I'm terrible at math, and nobody took that in consideration. And my college level bio was heavily math based. I fucking failed. And like, I think my GPA fucking freshman year of college was 1.45. 1.35. It was bad. My counselor at college told me to take a semester off. So I took the summer semester off and figure out a game plan. Because I had been put on academic suspension. And then I decided to switch my major into something I was actually interested in, which was criminal justice and criminology, and I've been doing fucking great. We need to give kids more options to explore. And I get that STEM careers are very large and in demand in a growing field, but not everybody fucking built for science and math. I hate that narrative that everyone can do science and math. Some people can't. Don't get me wrong. I'm great at natural sciences. I can, identify insects off the top of my head, yada yada yada. But add in math and you done lost me. Letters, numbers just get jumbled up and it's bad. I should have taken more summer school in high school. I took enough where I didn't have a lot of classes senior year, but not enough to graduate early. I ended up having to retake a bunch of math classes anyways. So fucking my senior year, I had enough credits to graduate that fall. But I didn't take a sex ed class, and that was the required class for graduation, along with like an economics class. And the economic class wasn't until the last semester, and sex ed was for the second term. So they just kind of filled in my class schedule with things for me to do. I didn't want to fucking do it. I didn't have to be in school until 10. And then I got out at like 1. But it was nice. Well, it was a mix of love and hate. Because out of the classes I had to take 2 I actually liked. One was wilderness survival and one was fantasy writing. I give out fucking it. The rest of it I did not need. I have mad respect for math minds, so that's not me at all. Some people got braid for math. Me, I love math. I've always been terrible in math. Middle school, I think for the 3 years, I was in a normal math class and then an additional math help class where it would basically be like 2.5 hours of math because my math level was low. And then to high school, I guess I got my grades high enough for like, you can go into honors math. And I'm like, I don't want to go into honors math. Oh well, you don't get a choice. My guidance counselor literally told me I did not have a choice if I wanted to go into honors for any of my courses. I just had to go in there. Even when I worked at a hardware store, I'd calculate people change in my head. One person fought me on how I gave them the wrong change when they got. See, I can do money. Anything money related, I can do in the top of my head. Anything financial, I can do. Anything like you get into algebra and equations, you fucking lost me. Working retail sucks. That it do. It really do. I just hope I never, ever have to go back to a retail job. I worked a month at McDonald's, and that was hell on earth. The farm stand wasn't as bad. It was really only bad when the fucking autumn hit, and we got all the rich people from Vermont and Connecticut. But I worked at Home Goods for a little, and that's actually surprisingly nice. You think you get a lot of Karens in Home Goods. People were surprisingly well behaved and well mannered. The oddest thing. Needed a whole square. But he measured for circumference and not the diameter. Yeah. Ty being a human fucking calculator out here. Nerd. But I can say that I am now happy to investigate crimes, I guess. We were talking about Mindhunter on what was it, Brian's Thursday stream. I've started watching season 2. And it's the show about the foundings and I say it in loose parentheses, of the Behavioral Analysis Unit of the FBI. I like the show, but damn, is that not how any of that actually started? Very, very, very over dramatized and the wrong people entirely. I do like them doing the interviews. I think they got a lot of the guys right. Especially like Kemper and stuff. I hope if they come back for season 3 they fucking do Bundy. Because little criminology side story here. Hydration first. The police couldn't figure out Bundy. They knew he had a MO, and they knew he had a type, pattern, but they really didn't know. And they brought in the dudes, and they made him a profile, and then 2 weeks later, based off the profile, they were able to catch Ted Bundy the first time. Because for some odd reason, prison back in the day did not feel the need to actually guard prisoners, so they left Ted alone in an open library, an open window, first floor. And he escaped, and it just shocked Pikachu face. How could he escape? LOL, you investigate crimes. The murder weapon was a handle. Jay, it do be like that. It really do. One of my final classes at my community college criminal justice course was investigating a crime scene. And I fucking love that professor. Dude looked a fucking nuttiest guy. Honestly made you wonder how the man did not get fired from being a detective. Look at us dead in the face. It's okay to use a little bit of physical coercion to get a confession. This man was an investigator for 20 years. He took the called yoga room because there wasn't a yoga class that semester, and he just turned it into a full-on crime scene. I was the head of the group project, so I had to collect the evidence and keep it on me. I got so nervous because I had a Patrick Star stuffed animal filled with little baggies of powdered sugar. And I had to bring that to and fro class every day. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, Lord, please don't get pulled over. Please don't get pulled over. Cause it's gonna look really fucking bad if I get pulled. Officer, bam. What's this? It's for a school project, I swear. And like I was joking around with my professor and I told him that, and he's like, it happens. Like, what? What? I don't get to do that cool stuff now because I'm on an online program. More serious. But that would be your criminal justice little tidbit stories of the day. I hope y'all learned something. If not my fault. I'm looking funky. So you're actually supposed to work? Yeah, I mean, I hope you took notes. There's gonna be a test at the end of this. I mean, no fun in this course. Jay's criminal justice courses are not fun. They are strictly educational, like when I say, don't try this at home, and Pringles is a perfectly content way to start an arson fire. How the FBI did not have me on a watch list, I don't know. Fun fact, Pringles don't leave behind trace residues. The plain ones, at least. I need to get something that says don't try this at home. Need a little flash logo. Do not try at home. Not responsible legally if anything is to occur. Well, that's your fault for not studying, bud. Whose fault is that? I hate these little strings. If I really want to take the safety test each month at work, I ain't taking your test today. Well, you don't fucking pass the class then. Why did my music stop? I have no idea where my music stopped. I don't even remember it stopping. My bardcore. There you go. Ty, let's be honest. If you get held back, you don't torment me for another year. I torment you for another year. Every time you take it, it just gets harder and harder. BQ agreed, torment, yes. The beating will continue until morale improves. Yes. Yeah, but Ty, then I gotta send a note home to your parents. And man, really sick and tired of parent teacher conference. These soft tunes are lose yourself in the moment. Never let it go by the slimmest of shadies. I'm just gonna find out where your parents live now, and I'm just gonna send them a note. Create a whole ass fake academy. Yes, your son seemed to be doing terrible in my courses right now. Hell, I'll even set up a fake ass Zoom call. Zoom call. Could you imagine if colleges had parent teacher conferences or parents' night? I know so many kids who would shit themselves. Fucking hate Spotify commercials. I also hate these Allstate commercials. I knew a kid who wasn't paying for his college, and he was fucking around so much that his mom threatened to come into lectures, enroll in his lectures that he attended, to make sure he wasn't wasting their money. Just damn. And you'd think college students would be mature enough to, be in college. Not fucking nowadays. Tell ya. Knew too many kids who fucked off in college. And not gonna lie, you can always tell who paid for college and who didn't. Just on behavior alone. It bonkers. I don't understand. Spending that much money to go get an education and then to fuck off with it. Oh yeah, no, Ty, I feel that. I fucking hated my community college, but it was the only one around me to go to. I I had so many problems with my professors. I had one professor who I don't want you guys being absent in my class at all, and then the man would be out almost every fucking class period, and then turn around and get pissed out of you if you missed one. I don't get it. was watching fucking Joe Kenda, Lieutenant Joe Kenda on I want to say Discovery Channel. I was watching his show when I fucking decided to go criminal justice. That man is a good example of law enforcement in my books. But I think we're gonna have to cut this short. My internet is going all wacky. So yeah. Probably because we have a thunderstorm going on right now. So I'm gonna cut this, I'm gonna make this an hour. I hope y'all had a great evening, a great night, and somewhat enjoyed my stories. Um, I might be streaming tomorrow. I'm trying to get as many Saturday streams and Friday streams as done as possible. When Tim goes back to doing like Mechanism, I probably won't do Friday streams. But I am trying to get back on the bandwagon. And I'm doing content now. Snazzy content. Check it out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, I guess. That's how the kids do it nowadays. But bye, my dudes. Have a good one.